What did ancient humans do when the sun went down? No electricity, no screens, no artificial light. Fire was their only light source, and fire was dangerous to maintain all night. So they couldn't just stay awake by the fire every night, so they had to sleep when the sun set. But sleeping wasn't always safe either. Predators preferred the darkness, so someone had to stay awake and guard the group and since and child bin bia. This was the first night shift, and they told stories to stay awake, armed. Stories about hunting, about spirits, about the stars. Stories passed down knowledge through generations. See. Without written language, memory was everything, So they repeated the same stories night after night. Repetition made stories survive. They also made music, rhythmic drumming on hollow logs, on karamari, waniying, wiki, wire. Music kept fear away. The night wasn't just terrifying, it was also magical. They studied the stars for patterns. This was the beginning of astronomy and the beginning of timekeeping. They tracked the moon's phases. A full moon meant a bright night. A new moon meant total darkness. So they planned activities around the lunar cycle and Wendy. They used the night for spiritual rituals. Cave paintings suggest nighttime ceremonies. Firelight made shadows dance on cave walls. They believed shadows were spirits, so it's sad. Not all nights were the same. Winter nights were much longer. Long winter nights meant more storytelling, more fear, more death. The elderly who couldn't hunt became night guardians. Their experience made them valuable at night. Children were told never to wander into darkness alone, but curiosity always found a way. Some children discovered glowing fungi in the dark. Bioluminescence was their first natural nightlight. But most nights were still terrifying. Every sound outside the fire circle was a potential threat. They learned to recognize harmless night sounds. Crickets meant safety. Silence meant danger. They developed incredible hearing at night, a skill we've mostly lost today. They also used the night for something unexpected. Romance. E9. Privacy was rare in crowded daytime groups. The night offered intimacy the day never could. Children were conceived under the stars, The night wasn't just an end, it was also a beginning. They watched the stars to predict seasons. Knowing when to plant and when to harvest meant survival. The night sky was their first calendar. Without it, they would have starved. So, the night literally kept them alive. They also used the night for toolmaking. Daytime was for hunting, nighttime was for crafting. The quiet helped them focus. A single arrow made at night could feed a family for a week. So, night work was respected, not feared. But not everyone could stay awake safely. Sleep deprivation was a real threat. A tired guard meant a dead group. So they rotated shifts throughout the night. This was the first organized work schedule. They also used the night for migration. Traveling at night meant cooler temperatures and less water loss. No GPS, no maps, just memory and the sky. No GPS, no maps, just memory and the sky. And they never got lost. The night also brought them together emotionally. Vulnerability created trust. And you couldn't hide your fear in the dark. Everyone felt it together. Shared fear became shared strength. This is where community was really born. Not because they wanted to, because they had to. And that necessity created civilization. The night shaped human psychology forever. Our fear of the dark isn't irrational, it's ancient. That instinct kept your ancestors alive. So what did ancient humans do at night? They survived, they created, they loved, they feared. They turned darkness into something human. And that changed everything. Next time you're afraid of the dark, remember, you come from survivors. And that instinct is still protecting you. That's what ancient humans did at night. They gave us the gift of seeing through darkness. And that's worth remembering. Let's think about your own nights for a moment. You have electric light, you have Netflix, you have infinite distractions, but you've never had to fear a predator in the dark. Your fear of the dark is a ghost, a memory, a gift. So next time you turn off the lights, smile. You're not alone in the dark. Your ancestors are standing there with you. No, though they survived so you could scroll on your phone, that's not weakness. That's their victory. So thank the night, thank the darkness, thank them. Because without the night, there would be no you. That's the real story of what ancient humans did at night. They didn't just survive the night, they mastered it. And that's why you're here today. So the next time you can't sleep at 2 a.m., no, just remember, you're not broken. You're just wired for survival. That ancient wiring is still protecting you. So listen to it, respect it, thank it. If you learned something new today, hit that like button. Subscribe for more minimalist history videos. Comment below, are you afraid of the dark or do you love it? I'm in Charles. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.